Hey coaches, this is going to be a real motivational interviewing conversation. I'm super grateful that Laura is here helping me show you the different steps in a motivational interviewing conversation and also the different techniques that I'm going to use. So Laura, we talked in the beginning a little bit that you want to talk about sleep and your challenges here. Is this still relevant for you? Again, I don't want to just show you the conversation, but every now and then I will pop up and explain a little bit more about my thought process during the conversation. And if you like this kind of video, want to learn more about motivational interviewing and tips on coaching in general, make sure that you subscribe. So very often we have some kind of exchange with our clients before we go into a motivational interviewing conversation. With Laura here, for example, I knew sleep was something that she was worrying about, that she felt some tension. So I opened the conversation with that, but I also gave her the opportunity to change the agenda, to change the topic. Because sometimes when our clients book a call, for example, they say, oh, I'm worrying about that, or I'm worrying about this. But then a couple of days went by before you have the actual conversation, and then things might change. So I open with what I know about her, but I also give her the space to mention that something else is more important right now.
Yes, exactly. That's relevant. So that's something that I would really like to change right now, my sleep patterns.
So tell me a little bit what about your sleep patterns is giving you tensions?
Yeah, what's really giving me tension is that I am not really prioritizing my sleep like I used to. I think, well, I know sleep is very important and I really need my sleep. But lately, because I've been so busy with work and with so many things on my mind, I know that I just don't give it importance anymore.
What you just saw is super common. Change talk is intertwined with sustain talk, and I've talked about this in this video more extensively. She knows sleep is important. She wants to prioritize his sleep, but there's this business thing that's going on as well, and why she's not doing it. The beginning is about change, and the latter part is about sustaining.
So, for example, I'm not having the rituals that I used to have before, and I know I'm aware of the rituals, but I'm not doing it. So, yeah, just because I'm very busy, so I'm not prioritizing it. That's it.
Okay, and this is super interesting. You have these both sides of sleep is very important to me. I'm a nutrition coach and I'm a business owner. I have to work really hard to get this off the ground. So tell me a little bit more about the different values or things that are going through your mind when you're essentially in bed or in your living room thinking about, am I going to sleep or am I working on my business? So what's going on in your mind? A great way to respond to a client that expresses both change talk and sustain talk is the so-called double-sided reflection. What I did is I highlighted her priority and her desire to change and also her desire to stay with the status quo. And in a second step, I ask her to elaborate a little bit more so I get a better understanding of what the tension really is.
Yes, that's a good question. So it's funny because I think I don't even ask myself the question. Like when I'm really committed to do something, if I have a deadline and I know I have to finish it, maybe I'm so busy that I'm not even thinking it's bedtime. And specifically in this week, because I've been at home and I don't have to really, be online at a certain time on my full-time job. So then I just stay till late because I think, hey, I'm at home and I need to finish the deadline. So I'm not really thinking of that. Like I know I have to go to sleep. I know I normally go between 10 and 11, but I keep going and I keep working. So that's the struggle. That is it.
So a crazy suggestion. how about abandoning the idea of getting to bed early and actually finishing the work project and making this a priority for now?
So you mean that I will have the priority of finishing the deadline, but then I'm not thinking about the importance of going to sleep?
Yeah, you let go of the idea of I have to go to bed early.
Well, not really. I don't want to let go of the idea because
Laura's sustained talk was very strong here. She talked about how she's sometimes not even thinking about sleep while she's working. I used a reflection that is called rooting for the other team. So instead of pushing her towards change and arguing why change is so important or why sleep is so important, I did the opposite. I said, okay, then let's not talk about sleep or change. I said, oh, it might be not a great time. And notice what she did as a response. She said, no, 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 no. I want to change because. This is why reflections are super powerful and how your motivational interviewing will change when you get to know your clients better because you understand what kinds of reflections work best for your clients.
I feel very tired next day. So, example, 2 days ago, I went to sleep at 3 in the morning. And then in next day, I was really, well, I woke up, so I didn't sleep enough. I slept 5 hours and I was really, really struggling. So I do know that I need it. Yeah.
Okay, so there is the I want sleep, I
Yes.
want work on my business, and I notice when I'm not prioritizing my sleep, I'm struggling to actually finishing the work.
Exactly. And not really finishing the work. I can finish it still, but I do feel that I'm not feeling in my 100%, So I'm working and I was already feeling, oh, my eyes are tired. I just need to close the laptop and tomorrow it's a new day, but I keep going feeling tired. So yeah, I just need to find go back to a good sleep ritual and just get it done.
I need to get it done. That for me was the fundamental shift in our conversation. In the beginning, it was a desire. I want to sleep better. I want to feel better. But now it's about taking action. I need to get it done. That is a new quality. And that is what I'm going to pick up in the conversation. And I start to talk about planning. What are your next steps to do it?
So
Okay.
I'm
And
aware.
so when you're saying, I need to get it done, I'm super curious, what are you doing with your work projects so they are getting done? What are your strategies or your techniques or your thought process?
Yeah, so to get work done, first I know that I know when I want the project to be over, right? So I have a deadline in my mind. I wanted to have it ready for a certain day. That's with work. That's the question you're asking me, right?
Yeah, for work.
And so yeah, I know. So I want to get it done so that, for example, I would think, okay, if like now this weekend, now when we finish, I'll keep working. Saturday and Sunday, I'll keep working. I'll finish everything because Monday, I thought, okay, Monday, I'm going to relax. I'll have everything done, and I will actually start prioritizing my sleep hours on Monday. That's my plan. So I do have a plan. I just need to wait to finish the work.
Okay, and then maybe we can imagine something for a second. Take the Laura that finishes the work on time,
Yes.
and her new project is now she has to go to sleep on time. How would work finishing Laura approach this new project?
Yes, well, then it would be like I would really focus on the sleep and then nothing will go in the middle of it. So there won't be any um, roadblocks, I'll just do it basically. So yeah, I know I have to do it.
Laura has skills and mindsets that help her be consistent and successful with her business. And now I try to create awareness for what these skills and what these mindsets are, and then try to focus them and use them for this new project for sleeping better. The idea is that I don't have to come up with ideas of how to do it, and she won't learn new skills or new things because she's just transferring one skill to a new project. But when we're looking maybe on a scale from 1 not confident at all to 10, yeah, I'm getting it done. Since now I've said it, now I'm getting it done. Where you feel yourself on this
Yes. So
scale?
right now on the scale of confidence, I'm below 8 because I will get my on sleep, you mean, right? That's your question.
Sleep.
Okay, sorry, I was thinking of work. No, okay, no, so on sleep, yes, still. So I know these 2 days I won't really, I'll keep working until I finish my work. And then if you ask me on Monday, then I'm confident I'll be on a scale of confidence of 8 that I could do it.
Okay, so that's fine with me that we say right now is not a great time, but on Monday we
Yes.
start.
Yes.
8 is already super confident, but I'm curious, what would you need for 8.5?
Yeah, so why I'm not saying 9 or 10 is because so for example, if I would say that Monday I start really prioritizing my sleep, I know what are the 2 things that I really need to do to get that done. Should I tell you what that is?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
So it will be really setting a time to go to bed. So if I would set my alarm at 10, for example, I know I will start unwinding, I go to my bedroom, I do my things, and I leave the phone outside. So the big problem is the phone. So if I leave the phone outside, there's no distractions. So I still say 8, and why? It's because it's a big thing, the phone. Like I'm really trying to learn how to let it go. It's a little bit yeah, it's part of my system that if I get a message or the family is texting or I get a notification on Instagram, I want to answer. So for me, the only way that can happen is if I really leave the phone out of the bedroom so that I don't have the distraction. So I think 8 because I still feel that it's going to be difficult to to really leave it out of the room, but I'll do my best.
I use the confidence ruler from 1 to 10 to better understand how confident Laura is to actually get it done. And if you want to learn more about the confidence ruler, I linked a video where I talked about this extensively. So she was an 8, but 8 is okay, but it's not great. So for me, I want a 9, so 90% confident that she can actually do it. A great question is to ask her, okay, what do you need? What is holding you back from 80 to 90%? And Laura said, oh, leaving my phone outside of the room is a big struggle for me. So to work around this, how about we are shrinking the change, we make it smaller. Instead of leaving it outside, let's look if we can try this. Okay, then so I'm okay with that you're open with I'm struggling because you are a business owner and you're focused on getting things done, and you know getting a notification on Instagram is important to have the reach, to have the engagement. At the same time, you're also the fitness nutrition coach of the business owner, knowing how important the sleep is, how much better your responses might be when you're sleeping well, how much more patient you might be with everyone texting you. So I wonder, there is this, I leave the phone outside of my bedroom. That's the big thing. Is there potentially something a little smaller, something like what is 50% easier than leaving the phone out of the room completely?
Can you repeat the question again, please?
Sure. I'm just wondering if we can maybe find something smaller than
Yeah.
keeping the phone completely out of your bedroom.
Okay, got it. So not so drastic as, hey, leaving it out, but something different. Yeah, so it could be then really having a bedtime, right? So setting the alarm, and that's bedtime, and then focus in my mind that that's the time that I really will unwind, and that means setting a limit to, or telling my family, hey, at certain time I go to sleep, or to my boyfriend or to friends, just like I'm not available, and that's it. So, and I really liked what you just said about yes, I am the promoting health and sleep and movement and all. So I'm really good on the piece of movement, right? Because hey, I really lead by example. I do my work, how to eat healthy. That's what I share on my social media and everything. But on sleep, right now, I'm struggling there. And of course, I also tell my clients the importance of sleep. But yeah, we also struggle as coaches, right? We also need to reset our focus where it's going. So
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. And that's super interesting for me because there's not only it's better for my business, I'm feeling better, but now you also mentioned the importance of being the role model. So to
Yes.
actually
Yes.
do what you say.
Yeah.
This was just a quick little summary of highlighting why the change is important to her, because we are moving closer and closer to the actual next step. And I want to remember myself and her why the change is so important to her.
Definitely.
So I wonder, are there any specific steps that you feel comfortable with taking?
Yeah, so well, now that you say it, then yeah, as we said, so not being so drastic on the phone, but just really, first, I think it's all with me, it works that, yeah, like having that mindset, like, okay, I'm going for it, I'm going to prioritize the sleep. So then, I know that's what I'll focus, and then having a bedtime. So just setting limits and setting boundaries, and yeah, refocusing, and yeah, thinking of the importance of sleep again.
And there was also one thing that I thought was interesting, something you could try
Yeah.
if you're open to it. You mentioned saying your family and your boyfriend and everyone that you're going to sleep. Is that potentially something you would comfortable with practicing? So instead of leaving the phone outside,
Yeah.
telling everyone, "Hey, I am now
Yes.
finishing. I'm unwinding, and I won't respond until tomorrow."
Well, yeah, I mean, to be honest, my family knows, and my phone is always on mute, so it's not really the issue of the notification of the phone, but just the drive to really answer if I see the message popping up, basically. But they know, I mean, they know that at a certain time, normally, not this last weeks, but normally I would really, at 10, that's my time, because I also wake up really early to work out and then start my job and everything. So no, I don't think I need to tell them, hey, I'm unwinding, but just really being strong with determined, and just set the limit, and yeah, not not answer. So just leave the phone and not answer, basically.
A few things that I want to highlight here. First, notice how I give the suggestion. I start with a flag in a way of saying, "Hey, what I'm going to say, you can take it or leave it. I'm just wanted to help you brainstorm." And the other part is she's talking about getting it done, doing it, but I still don't really understand at this point how she's going to do it. What specific steps will she do to make sure that she's leaving the phone alone? So this is the next part we are going to talk about. Okay, and what would
And
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, so something I did is that I watched The Social Dilemma, and of course I did my limits on my apps and everything, and turn off all my notifications are actually out. So it's not really that they're popping because I don't have them on, but just that if I am, example, on Instagram and I do see a message, I will reply, right? So, but what I see with this is that even though I have a time limit on my phone and it's blocked, I would still ignore it. So I think the settings are wrongly made because they still need to, yeah, then block it, right? But yeah,
So,
it's just a matter of doing it. Yeah.
so then what would it take for you to be strong? I'm super interested. I have to decide, I have to be strong. So how could that look like?
No, I will just, yeah, just, yeah, again. So just think again maybe I would just, yeah, I know. I would remember how good it feels when I feel super rested and I can wake up actually earlier, because that's also a pattern I'm seeing. Then I wake up late because I went to bed late, and then of course the day is not so productive, right? So yeah, just remembering that so that I wake up earlier, and just again that, yeah, prioritizing myself and my health and my sleep
Then,
before the other distractors, right?
so I'm trying to build towards a specific thing you could practice. This is just a suggestion. You can say you're completely it's completely wrong. You have no idea what I'm talking about. So I could imagine that a bedtime routine could look like something potentially responding to the last messages that you see, like, hey, I'm going to bed now. Leaving the phone maybe with the screen down.
Yeah.
And then maybe, and you have to give me feedback if that's
Yeah.
helpful for you, when you put your smartphone away, that you for a couple of seconds or for half a minute refocus yourself why you're doing this. So you remember, I want to be a great role model for my clients. I want to be productive in the morning. I want to actually feel good in the next morning. How does that sound for you?
Yes, I actually like that, because that's actually something I even do with clients when they are, when it's a challenge, a certain thing, I tell them to relate it to something. So, example, they don't drink water, then if the water is there, they would drink it, like on the bed. So maybe this is actually good. I like the idea, because then as soon as the phone is, let's say, for me, I see it this way: it's 10, it's going to be my new time to unwind and get ready to sleep. When the phone is down, then I would just then take a moment to just breathe and think, okay, this is the time, and understand that why, right? Why I'm doing it. So yeah, I'm going to take the tip. Thank you so much. I think it's great.
Notice how the quality of the next action step changed here. From I'm going to be strong, dedicated, I'm going to do it, to I will say goodnight to everyone. I will put my phone away, screen down, and then reflect for a couple of seconds why this choice is so important to me. The previous action step would be difficult to understand what is going on, what is not working. Have I done it? Have I not done it? Now we have a couple of very specific steps, and we can understand, oh, where exactly is this breaking down? So being very specific about what and how to do it is super critical for clients to actually know, okay, Monday evening, good night, everyone. I want to be a role model. I want to feel great. I want to be productive. This is completely different and gives the client such a better chance to actually be successful.
Funny
Cool.
how we do it with other people and we don't do it with ourselves, right?
I
That's
mean,
always how it goes.
if we would take our own advice, it would be so easy.
No, but I like it. Yeah.
I'm curious, could you quickly summarize for me why you're doing it?
Yes. So the importance of sleep, and then so what I will remember at that time, at that moment, will be first how great I feel when I'm rested, how important it is, and how I can really, well, my body rests, right? Two, it's going to be to have it goes with feeling good, but more like to have a more productive day next day, right? Waking up earlier and then really committing to my sleep time. And third, being the role model that I want to be and preach by example, right? Give the example. So those would be the importance, why I do it.
Awesome. Then
Especially to feel good. Yeah.
that would summarize everything.
Yes, yeah, you want to feel good. If you're tired, well, maybe I'm getting older, but it's crazy. I feel so tired. Like if I partied all night long, which is not the case, but if I really feel it, yeah. So I need my sleep, definitely. Yeah.
I have just one final idea. As you summarized your why, how do you feel about having your phone probably near you, but something that you're putting it under? So, for example, you have a post-it where you write down "feel good," and you're putting the post-it on your phone.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I've done that before with other things, sticky notes, like with a affirmation sentence or something on the, in the kitchen or the coffee place, or so maybe I can try it. Yeah, could be, just so that when I see the sticky note there in the place where I leave the phone, I'll remember again. Yeah, I like that. Why? And then I'll think of the why again. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Brilliant. I like it. Yeah. I will try it.
If we go to the confidence ruler from 1 to 10, where would you think you are right now?
So then I'll say a 9, because some things can come along, right? I don't know, an emergency, or hey, so I cannot say now, I'll do it all the time. 10 confidence level, but let's say a 9. Yeah,
that's awesome. Before we wrap up the conversation, could you quickly tell me what are you going to do starting on Monday?
Yes.
And how might you track your progress?
Yes. Okay. So as of Monday, well, I would start on Sunday, because then I will set the alarm at 10 p.m. so that it starts on Sunday, right? So that I'm rested for the Monday. So the alarm, right? And then on Monday, yes, so at 10, so I'll go to the room. Let me think again. So I will go to the bedroom. I will do my things I do before bedtime. And then I will leave the phone in a place that I have there, which is like a little corner table. I'll flip the phone, so seeing how you say
The screen.
Screen down. And of course, I'll have the sticky note. So the sticky note, I'll make it Monday morning. Sunday, let me see when. No. So the alarm goes on Monday. Let's do it on the Monday. The sticky note, I'll put it on the phone. Yes? So the sticky note, the spot for the phone, and the alarm. Yes.
And how about the reflection about the why?
Well, yes, sorry, in my mind was, that's the reflection for me on my mind. Okay. So that the highlights of the sticky note, it's going to be, I'm going to write down something like, no, not feel good, because then I'm copying yours. I would say, well,
you can use feel good if you want to.
I'll say sleep. I'll say sleep time. Yeah, rest time. Yes. And then, and then how I will track it. That was your other question, right? Oh, no, sorry. So yes, the sticky note with the wording, thinking why. So I want to feel good. I want to have a more productive day, and I want to be a good role model. Those 3. And how am I going to track it? I'm going to, I love trackers. So I'm going to have a little, well, I do have a habit tracker on my agenda. So I'm going to say sleep time, and it's going to be there so for me to do the check mark. But it's starting Monday, not yet.
No, that's perfectly fine. Notice how I prepare Laura for her change. So I ask her to repeat the why. I ask her to repeat the action steps. And now we are planning every single step that she has to take to be successful. So when does she start? What kind of preparation does she need? What will she do? And how does she track it? The important part is nothing is left for the client to think about. They know, or she knows, that Sunday evening I have to do this and this and that, and this is how I'm going to track it. And now she can already anticipate it for a couple of days and think about it. And so the moment it's 10 p.m. in the evening, she has the action plan ready. Tuck, 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 tuck.
Yeah, so I'll start on Monday and I'll track it with in the agenda. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And to be honest, we didn't discuss that. Is it from Monday to Sunday, or can we say from Sunday, right, to Thursday? Because weekend, you can maybe watch a movie or stay till later. So for me, I say 5 days a week.
5 days a week?
Yes.
And you're still at the nine realm?
No, yes, exactly. Yeah, like for proper sleep, but not being like, okay, it's Friday night or Saturday, it has to be at 10, but yes, prioritizing the importance of sleep, but I think it's more, doable on the days that I really like work days, right?
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Then,
sounds good.
Laura, thank you so much for having this conversation with me.
Yes, and thank you so much for the tips. I'm going to go get my sticky notes. Thank you so much, Robin. Bye-bye.
And for everyone else, thank you so much for watching.